South Africa, sorry guys, let's start that again. South Africa are into the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy. It's now 100% confirmed from a South African standpoint that we will be in the semi-finals. Now, it was mathematically still possible for us to fall out, but it needed England to beat us by over 200 runs, which was not possible by the end of the first innings already. And I'm very proud of the South African team for what they've achieved and making another semi-final of another ICC event. But it's now time for us to take that one step further and try and get ourselves over the line into that final. And then obviously winning the final will have to be the ultimate goal from a South African standpoint. So that's something that we're gonna have to make sure that we do. Something that we need to do. But we're going to be talking about it on today's show. We're going to be talking about this. This is a live cricket show. I have the wrong, um, overlay. Okay, so we're going to be chatting about this particular game and about what happened, etc. on today's show. Especially if you haven't managed to watch the game, then this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to catch up and see what took place in the match. So that's what today's show is going to be about. But before we get going, before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Smash the like button. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like button and comment and share with everybody. But also, I would like you guys to please download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen right now, as well as in the description. Please go get your copies now. Every single back issue is really interesting to read, even if you are only downloading it now and going back to read it. A lot of the content's evergreen, so I think you guys will enjoy it regardless. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I am looking forward to discussing this with you guys. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your review slash live show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we're going to be talking about everything that took place in the match, the final group stage match of the Champions Trophy between South Africa and England. It was a game that was very one-sided, of course, as we all know. South Africa managed to complete the victory by a mammoth total as well, 7 wickets. They managed to win this by a massive margin. And South Africa are sitting now proudly top of the group, heading into the semi-finals, of course. This obviously determines a lot for us because this is going to determine who we play in the semi-finals. Being top of the group normally helps you out a lot, but there is still another game between New Zealand and India to go before, and that game will obviously tell who South Africa is going to play. Obviously, if India win, they got top of the log, and that means that they will face Australia and we will face New Zealand. If New Zealand win, then New Zealand will be will be top of the log, and we will face India in Dubai in the semi-finals. So that's how things are shaping up currently with regards to the table. South Africa obviously finishing with 5 points, with a significant net run rate to everybody else. And yeah, an amazing victory from a South African standpoint and topping the group, which I never thought we'd do, but we did get a bit lucky as well because of rain, etc. I mean, Australia having 2 rained out games. and South Africa obviously only won. But today, I must say, I wanted them to approach us like a semi-final, like a like a knockout game, like I said in the preview, and I feel like they did. I feel like they were clinical. I think their fielding was brilliant, particularly the catching in today's match was fantastic. Uh, Marco Janssen was involved. He was man of the match or player of the match by far, in my opinion, because he took 3 catches, 3 for 39 as well. He was fantastic in the field and as well good with the ball up front. He's the one that knocked over England quite early. He got the first wicket in his first over of the match, last ball of the first over, taking out full salt with a shorter delivery, cramping him for space. He hit it down to mid wicket. And then later on, he got Ben, sorry, no, Jamie Smith with exactly the same delivery almost for a duck. But that time he hit it to mid on. So, um, really bowling extremely well and using the conditions to his strength, to his advantage over there. 2 for 20, um, England were after 2.3 overs. And then he took another when he got Ben Duckett caught and bowled. So up front in the power play, Marco Janssen was lethal. And I'm hoping that he can bring that into the semi-final as well and perform in that way too, because that's what set up the game for South Africa. Now, there was a period in the match where the game kind of was starting to maybe run away from each other. There was 2 occasions where I felt that we let it run away from us a little bit. And that was after Ben Duckett's wicket, Harry Brook and obviously Joe Root started to really build some momentum and start to get some runs on the board. But then Maharaj dismissed Harry Brook with a brilliant delivery. And then after that, obviously when one wicket falls, another falls very shortly afterwards. And just as they passed the 100-run mark, Joe Root was dismissed as well. And he was dismissed by Mulder. Mulder bowled a beautiful delivery to uproot him, knocked over his stumps, fantastic delivery. And he went out for 37 or 44 balls. And that was kind of their last chance, I would say. That was when the nail was kind of already in, or at least 3 out of the 4 nails were in the coffin. And then Liam Livingstone was dismissed beautifully by Maharaj. I mean, he tried to skip down the wicket and punish Maharaj, but Maharaj flighted the ball quite slowly, and it was a brilliant stumping by Klaasen. And then the next wicket was Jamie Overton. He was dismissed by Rabada for a brilliant catch by Lungingidi. We have to give him some credit for the way he ran 16 meters to try and get that ball. We also have to give credit to Marco Janssen for that one dismissal as well, where he ran 26 meters and had a diving catch to get to dismiss one of the England batters. I can't remember when it was. I think it was the dismissal of Harry Brook, I think. Yeah, that was the diving catch, I think. So 2 very good fielding performance, 2 very good catches from 2 players in the team that have had opposite trajectories in the team recently. You know, when Lungingiri's been criticized a lot and hasn't looked the fittest, and Marco Janssen has really been performing well across all formats. So after that wicket, we did let the game a little bit away because of Jofra Archer. He got 25 of 31, but then Mulder dismissed him, and the game was then basically wrapped up, I feel, because at that point they got 171 and it didn't add much. They only added another 8 runs before being bowled out. And they only managed 179 all out in 38.2 overs. So a brilliant clinical performance by South Africa, bowled to the conditions well. Marco Janssen was brilliant with 3 for 39. in his 7 overs. But Vian Mulder was the best bowler with 3 for 25 today, an economy of 3.40. And then Keshav Maharaj with 2 for 35. And then Lungingiri 1 for 33. And Kagiso Rabada 1 for 42. So that were the wickets. Those are the wicket takers in this match. From a South African batting performance, it was pretty straightforward from a South African batting performance, I would say, because, I mean, Rickerton, okay, besides the fact that Stubbs opened the batting, which is something that I want to talk about, which I thought was quite weird. So Temba Bavuma and Tony De Zorzi were out sick and or due to illness, like the report said. And when I saw the team sheet, they had Tristan Stubbs opening, and I thought that might have been a mistake, or maybe they're just trying to show that he was replacing Temba Bavuma in the side. Heinrich Klaassen obviously came back into the setup after obviously being after going for a scan, or no, after precautionary such after having a fitness test, sorry, for his what was it again? I think it was his shoulder. No, his elbow, because of his elbow. It was precautionary, so he came back into the side. But batting Tristan Stubbs as an opener when he doesn't open, and I don't think he has ever opened in this format, was very strange for me. It's almost like setting up the youngster to fail in a way. And I didn't really enjoy that when you do have Rassie van der Dussen in the side who has opened before. Why take a risk and open up with Tristan Stubbs? That didn't make sense to me. But nonetheless, he got bowled by Jofra Archer, and he had a duck of 5 deliveries. Ryan Rickelton got a good start, 27 to 25. He's been in incredible form, so he's allowed to have a little blip here and there. But he was also bowled by Archer. Archer was brilliant today with the ball in hand. Was bowling with pure pace and got some good movement off the surface. In the end, though, it was Rassie van der Dussen and Andy Klaassen that scored the bulk of the runs. Now, I don't want to make a big thing about this, um, because it's not really a big thing, but it could be a potential mentality shift that needs to change. Heinie Klaassen again lost his wicket, and not he could have been not out, taking South Africa over the line. Now, yes, in this particular match, it doesn't really matter because we were basically had so much time to chase down the last 5 runs. But he should get out of that habit of losing his wicket when South Africa are chasing a total for victory. Because it can become almost a habit, and then um, it could be to our detriment in the future, in another match when we're playing under pressure. So I wasn't really happy about that situation, but his innings was fantastic. 64, 56 balls, 11 fours. He batted with a proper mentality and I would say poise in a way. Didn't try to go too wild with playing a whole lot of big shots. He played some good cricket shots today. But Rassie van der Dussen needs the applause today as well. He stuck there till the end, 72 of 87 balls, 6 fours and 3 sixes. He was the best batter in my eyes today. Really came in and looked very comfortable at the crease. And he got South Africa to 181 for 3 with the help of David Miller 6 at the end to win it. Was it? No. Yes, David Miller 6 at the end to win it. We ended up with 181 for 3, and we ended up winning by 7 wickets, with 125 balls still remaining. So there was almost a whole full 20 overs left in the game. So fantastic performance for South Africa. Clinical, ruthless, exactly what I wanted from the team. So I'm extremely happy when it comes to that performance. So let's get into the live chat, and see what you guys have had to say. Ntutuko says, can we now all agree that we need Temba opening and stop the hate he gets? Well, he shouldn't be getting 8 in this format and in the test format, in my opinion. He should be opening for the Proteas for this particular match, or batting three. I don't mind either way, as long as he's in the team. Sanjay says SA were close to their best in both the matches. Sarfaz says Lungingiri has not been at his best. I don't know what's wrong with this camera, guys. The light is terrible. I'm trying to make it better. There we go. Let's try to get more in the middle after I switch that around. Okay. Lungingiri has not at his best. Seems to me he is not fit, or has been uh, struggling to get line and length that he was used to getting in semis. He will be an issue. Maybe won't be. Maybe these two games were enough to get him into a rhythm. I'm hoping that at least. Sarfa says, but you're right there. He doesn't look 100% fit. But today he put a proper shift in the field, and I was impressed with that at least. Normally he's slightly a little bit lazy in the field. Sarfa says England batters was clearly out of the depth. And you could see that also, sorry, going back to Lungi, you could see that even in KG's celebration with him. They over celebrated that wicket because of the effort that Lungi put in, because it's something that is not ordinary. Otherwise, they would just have had a normal celebration. That, at least that's what I'm reading into it. England batters were clearly out of their depth. That Afghanistan loss may have shattered their confidence. You see, they seemed like they had one foot on the plane already. To be honest with you guys, this match was quite boring. In my opinion, at least, because it felt a little bit lifeless. This match, I don't know why. Maybe it was because there weren't a lot of fans in the crowd or something. But to me, it seemed a little bit lifeless and a little bit boring. South Africa just went in, did their job, got rid of England. England didn't look like they were up for it, really. Kind of half-heartedly lost 2 wickets up front in the power play, etc. So, yeah, it wasn't the most exciting game, really, to be honest with you. Sabikans is also the captain giving up. Yeah, Josh Butler's now retired. Josh Butler is now retired. So, as a captain at least, or giving up the captaincy. Sarfraz says still he likes Mulder, Jansen, Maharaj were firing and didn't concede too many runs. Rabada too contributed. It was an overall great performance. Marco early inroads were vital, 100% ticks. Sanjay says Ngiri's fitness is a problem. He looked very tired after his first spell. Tutu says, will SA and Australia both travel to Dubai to wait for New Zealand versus India final? And do we want to be playing in Dubai when we are so good in Pakistan? I prefer we play in Pakistan, our semi. So then we need to hope that India beat New Zealand. Mohammed Amin says, Khalid, thoughts on that? We have to fly to Dubai, but if India top their group, we will have to fly back to play the semi. I don't think it's a, I think it's an unnecessary situation that we find ourselves in. I've spoke about it on the preview already. But I don't want to be crying about that. We just need to deal with it, and try and make the best of the situation. Sarfar says, good to see Klaassen back to his absolute best, and RVD has been on fire. Form concern about all the health casualties in the team that is happening. I hope Temba and Aiden are okay. Yeah, Aiden has a little bit of a niggle in his hamstring, so I'm hoping that he gets assessed and he's okay. He would have come out to bat if they needed him, but he didn't feel the rest of the match when it happened. Sabir Khan says, why does everybody have to spin around India? Well, I understand why they can't play in Pakistan because of the political conflict that is happening. But then don't have the tournament in Pakistan if you're going to cater to India. That's my opinion, at least. Let me just get some more over here. Pratik is hard, 100% aligned. Klassen should have finished it off without losing his wicket. Proteas must realize whatever is done now. The business end starts now, and they should bring their A game. Now is the time. Bangladesh 2005 says Lungi looks like Michael. No? Lungi, Lungi looks like Michael Jackson. Huh? In my Cape Town staff for coaching staff for after Walter. I don't know what you're saying, bro. Oh, in my coaching staff, next white ball coaches after Walter. I don't know. One day, cricket is different. Priyanshu says Temba should drop himself in semi-final too if he isn't selfish. No, that's bull. He performed. What are you talking about? That's an unnecessary criticism that you're throwing at him. He performed in the game against Afghanistan, so I don't understand why there's now suddenly people wanting him out. For what? Mohammed Amin says, Khalid, if Markram and Timba are both ruled out, would you open with Rassi and Ryan, put Stubbs at 3, and then bring in whoever to replace Aiden Shamji for 2 spinners? Yeah, I would. I would definitely open with Rassi and not have. That was a strange decision today for them to open with Stubbsy, who's never opened in this format. Like they barely give him games, and then when they give him games, they play him out of position, which is really irritating to me. But yeah, if Markram and Temba are both ruled out, then obviously I'll open with. No. I'll open with Philip. It will be then Tony Dezozi will then have to play at 3 or open the batting with Ryan, and then Rassi at 3 and Stubbs at 4, or Stubbs at 3 and Rassi at 4. I mean, I have to see the conditions wise what we're going to do with regards to the 2 spinning thing. Could we see Shamji playing in Dubai? It's very likely, but let's see. Shrek says, I think, Shrek says, get out of my swamp. That's what he says. I think we play Australia in the final. It's very possible. NY Times Square says Tristan was in test mode in a few balls he faced. Funny it was. Yeah. So we're gonna have to wait and see until the next game to know who our opponents are for the match, for the semi-final, and I'm hoping South Africa can win it and then end up in the final and actually win this bloody thing. Now we're in a good form at the moment. We've got a good balance to the side, a much better balance than I thought heading into this tournament. I'm going to have to admit that. I never thought that we would have been this dominant in the 2 matches that we did play. Now, yes, it's Afghanistan. To me, was a very good victory. It set us up for the tournament, gave us a massive confidence because you can see what Afghanistan can do. Unfortunately, England were out of the running in this particular tournament before they came to face us. I wish that there was still a mathematical chance for England to be able to qualify today so that they could have perhaps we would have seen a different in England that would have tested us a lot more. So we're going into the semi-finals quite chilled. So let's see what happens with regards to the way our mentality will be. I hope that we bring the same mentality that we brought today, being awake in the field, taking their catches, etc., and also batting with authority, and also running good between the wickets, doing all the basics right. I hope that South Africa come to the party in that semi-final. I Really, really do. Sabi says Shek 5 looks rubbish. I didn't see the trailer. I saw the character that's going to be played by Zendaya, Shek's daughter. So, yeah, I don't know how that is going to be. I didn't see the actual full trailer. Sarfa says Temba has to come back as he's needed in the middle to deal with a spin. In my time squares, I want Marco to come in place of David in last over. Marco should be pushed up. Whenever we are in a winning position, it is only way to improve his batting. Not in a Champions Trophy though. They can moving up in bilateral series to get him that practice, guys. I'm dead tired. It's my first day of Ramadan today for me. Priyanshu says that was slow knock, bro, and Ada is better captain than Temba. If he plays in semi-final, then will happen the same like in 2023 World Cup semi-final. Nah, I'm not gonna buy that old Temba agenda. Safar says India versus New Zealand will be a nail biter since New Zealand has dealt with India very well in recent times. Yeah, so guys, that is it for today. Uh, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please smash the like button. Please click subscribe and click the notification bell for all future videos, as well as share this video with all your friends and family that you know are into cricket. Please go ahead and do so for me. Um, I hope this video was insightful for you guys and that you enjoyed it. I tried to bring you as much as I could in a small game, in a short game as it was, a complete dominant performance by South Africa. So there wasn't as much to talk about from a tactical perspective as there normally is. So I've kind of run out of things to say on today's show. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you guys again for a preview for the knockouts, for the semifinals. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody, and the rest of your weekend. Peace out.